NDH. I heard regicide. You heard right. You heard right, friends. I'm just telling the world. I can't spell princess. Number says, wait, I'm sorry, what's Armored Core again? It's a vibe. It's a place. It's a place in your heart. It's like Flavor Town, but it moves faster. Oh, okay. I mean, significant. That sounds lovely. Today I've had a bacon sandwich, and it was everything that I hoped it would be, and a little bit more. Sari started a new watercolor sketchbook. I saw some of the stuff you put in Creating Celebration. It looks real cool. I'm very serious about one of the next Gundam building projects to be a group project. I have this grand idea that for PAX next year, I'm going to set up down in the table area with all like a box of pieces for people to like paint and mess with. I think that's going to be my goal, because I love the idea of like a barbitus that's made up of all the pieces that people have drawn on and doodled on, or what have you. And I need to experiment with it. But according to Eric, there is a kind of base coat paint you can get that allows you to watercolor onto any surface. Or that allows allows you to use watercolor, like watercolor paints with any surface. Because I mean, you can watercolor onto anything. It's just it doesn't stay. And yeah. But we'll see how next year plans out. What's the old saying? You know, man plans and the gods laugh. You know, I have no idea how I'm going to do it. Because next year I've got to do the double header of GDC right into PAX East, as I'm working both. And Moz, Watto, and welcome. Hello, hello. Alright, I have told the internet what we are up to. So, yeah, that's going to be a very, very intense, like, week and a half. Ah, yes, Isogrid, the best laid plans of mice and other mice. Latengo Rachica. Latengo Rachica. Hello and welcome. I probably butchered that, and I do apologise, but I gave it a shot. Yeah, Fred, of Mice and Other Mice, Pinky and the Brain. Okie dokie.
Reactor online.
Hey!
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
What ho? I have semi-returned from falling off the face of the earth. How's it going?
Final Phoenix, it's going really well. We just finished Armored Core 6. I mean, like, finished. We did all 3 endings. We got the final proper chunky one. And I won't spoil it if you've not seen it. But we've been doing real good. Obviously, thank you for... Bloody hell, 61 months? Sometimes streaming is a bizarre profession, because in my head, Final Phoenix, you're one of, like, the new crowd, right? If that seems... I know that seems probably weird, but... and Angel Kalina. That sounds feckin' great. You're helping people out and playing some video games. So what we are going to be doing next, friends, is we are swipping over to Slay the Princess. Now, Slay the Princess is, I don't want to say horror. It's not jump scares and ooka booka booka, but it is fascinating. The pitch is so good. It is, you are here to slay the princess. Don't believe her lies. And that is it. It is like fantasy, don't push the button. You have one job. Now, it's put together by Black Tabby Games, which is, I hate that I keep forgetting their name, but is an amazing comic artist who does the Last Halloween, which is an incredible comic. It's entirely worth your time. Numbers, we haven't done Bad End Theatre on stream yet. But next big one's going to be Final Fantasy VII Remastered. Yes, Edwin, thank you. Scarlet Hollow is their other game. That's more of a traditional point and click, and it entirely deserves its overwhelmingly positive review. Well, I guess Scarlet Hollow is as much a visual novel as a mystery game. Now, Slay the Princess is very much a... It's an experience. But if you're... Oh, it's Abby. What's Abby's surname? Fuck. I'm a bad fan. Alright, I'll just Google it. The Last Halloween. Abby Howard. Jesus, sorry, that was like pulling teeth. Abby Normal. So Asari, it's not going to be, at least to my knowledge, it's not a metagame in the same way that Doki Doki Literature Club is. And this wears its weird on its sleeve. So, consider this like an official Longship After Dark. This is something I've wanted to do with you all a lot more, which is those unsettlingly brilliant games that you'd usually play in the wee hours. The kind of thing you don't want on a second screen when you're trying to work at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, no, Moose, it's just a game about princesses. It's fine. Doki Doki DVD rental kiosk. I'd play the shit out of that. Actually, I haven't gone through the Doki Doki HD collection, which I believe adds like a whole bunch of stuff, but this year has been so crammed full of games. And we've all been through the shit this year, so I'm trying to pick titles that, if they're dark in a way that isn't too close to home, you know? So, like, I'm really glad that Lisa the Painful's getting a re-release and some additional stuff, but Lisa the Painful is raw. And, like, it's fascinating that it doesn't get referenced as much as, say, like, Undertale and things like that. That, in terms of subversion of expectation, it's one of the greats. But yeah. Let's get to the title. Let's get this princess slaying party started. And hey, what's the worst thing that could happen? Oh yeah, hey PVS, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Yeah, give our best to your nearest and dearest and get some good sleep. Like, somebody in the long ship needs to be getting good sleep. It is not this guy. MDH says, you murder a poor, innocent VTuber. You monster. Also, I love saying VTuber instead of VTuber, because it only annoys the exact right people. Eagle Lives. I've heard good sleep is real. I've heard it. Never seen it. You know, Scotty Doggy, if you told me you've got 2 tickets to go see Subversion of Expectation at an underground punk show, I'd fucking go with you. Isocrit, I don't know where my brain got all higgledy-piggledy, but I read it's a grand strategy game focused on realism and politics between different kingdoms. I read that as your description for Doki Doki HD, and I was like, huh. I mean, that's not where I would have taken Doki Doki Literature Club, but creative's gonna create, right? Yes, all hail Queen Monica of Doki Doki 3 Kingdoms? I don't know. God. I think I told you all this, but I played Doki Doki Literature Club on a laptop by myself at like 2 o'clock in the morning. God, that did me a damage. Because there was no one else awake in the house. And all I knew was Doki Doki is very good, you should play it. I knew nothing about what was awaiting me. Anyway, alright, so let's get this game started. We've got a princess to slay that will absolutely positively have no negative connotations. Now, again, friends, if you know what's going to happen, please don't tell us. You know I am fine for being like a squad play. If you have no idea what's going to happen, feel free to chime on in, alright? Oh. Content warning. This is a horror game, and not intended for all audiences. Slay the Princess contains flickering images, as well as parallax effects, and rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. There we go. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This switches off the house lights. Lights are foul. Scotty, if I'd eaten enough, you know what? I'd just get fucking high with you right now. Just stuff an edible, but as I found out last year, having edibles on an empty stomach fucks you up. But remember, friends, this is a love story. Just like, I don't know, Deadpool and Deep Blue Sea. I don't know why I thought of that. Alright, bear with me just a second. Give me that full screen goodness. Alright, boil on, parallax on. Quick menu visibility, visible. Okay, and I don't know what these skips mean, but we can keep an eye on those. So yeah, friends, do let me know how the audio sounds, but unless anybody has anything to add, let's just jump on in. Yeah, Fred, it's like how Night of the Living Dead is. It's a lovely film about love bites. And yes, Ice Cream Sucker for Love was a love story as well. Oh yeah, we can get into the full version of Sucker for Love at some point. Yeah, Moz, lovely to see you. I can understand you might not want this as your tap out game for the night, but we've already said.
Stop that incessant clicking.
Huh. Well, okay, I don't know who that was because obviously it's anonymous, but whoever it was that gifted us sub to Nicole Goodnight, that was very kind of you. Feckin' thank you. I take it that's the voice actress behind the princess, right? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't assume. The vocal performer. Okay. The voice of the princess, thank you. What did you do? What did you... Okay. Spooky anonymous gifter. Why am happen? This is fine. This is fine. And yeah, Sody Kiwi, slay the princess, dead easy. We just beat All Mind. The fuck's a princess got? Has it got a mech? Has the princess a complement of tiny robots or 2 heckin' sea spiders to hang out with? No. Weak and frail princess. Princess only has 1 mind, not all mind. Yeah, Fred, we got this. Piece of cake, easy mode. Slay the Princess is an easy game for babies. Let's do this. Alright, we're starting. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess!
No matter how it is,
You're on a path
it's still a better
in the
love
woods.
story than Twilight.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And in that house, some skeletons lived. And Bacon, thank you kindly. Yeah, still gonna be a better love story than Twilight. Bacon, were you and I talking in Discord when somebody said that Twilight is basically what we do in the shadows for Mormons? Because I have not been able to stop thinking about that. Alright.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Easy. Let me just get the Crayola war cry. We got this. Okay, so we've got our choices. So explore. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Explore. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going is... The reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Explore. I don't know. Killing the princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Explore. Can't someone else do that? Explore. Forget I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Or do I get some kind of reward? Then there's... okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet! I've always wanted to offer Monarch. Vive la Revolution! Silently continues to turn around and leave. I think we know what our first option has to be. Vive la Revolution! Whenever the waiter asks if I want sides, yes, I do want sides. Regicides! Let's go! No one appreciates how funny I am.
That's the spirit.
Angela's Watto and welcome.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
Alright.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Who are you, voice of the hero? Vive la Revolution!
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin. What do you mean horror game? This is just fucking great.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Oh, how are the audio levels, friends?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
What ho? Have we killed the princess yet?
We are absolutely working on it. And I believe... I can't boost it too much, but I'll give this a go. Might make the alerts a little pronounced, but... So, Prolo, thank you for 62 months. How are you doing, friend? It is lovely to see you. I don't know who narrates this. Nicole Goodnight voices the princess, but I don't know who's playing the narrator / hero. time to enter the basement. Dagger in hand. Let's get
The
stabbing!
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Judica and Edwin saying it's Jonathan Sims. Lovely, thank you.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Oh, you really do have a hero's voice.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hello! So hi, just checking in. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. So we announce... Yeah, let's... Hello! I'm here to do you a murder!
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
I know what I'm
You
about.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Hush now, Dingleberry. It's murder time.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Just being honest. So, what? No way would you think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided. Just here to talk. Steel your nerves and step forward. Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked?
Why is this hero an idiot?
Don't you dare.
Don't worry, narrator, we're with you, mate.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Killing a monarch. Vive la revolution! Tighten the grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
I keep expecting Arya to be like, do it now, 621! Her shield's broken! Go for maximum damage! It's the fucking Crayola war crime blasts through the side of the dungeon wall.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
I've just been very lonely! Don't judge me, princess!
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Enthusiasm!
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Oh, what are you going to do? Order macaroons at me? What are you going to do? Summon the help?
If you
As the
hesitate now,
current
it'll be
Jarl,
too late.
allow me to offer the advice
Oh,
of
shit,
talk
yeah.
and buy her dinner first. Oh, sorry, it's slay the princess. Never mind.
Very droll. Very droll. But Bacon, thank you kindly. I didn't realise you'd taken... I have to get used to keeping an eye on the Jarl now. I've grown complacent under the rule of the Jarl... Shadow of the Jarlossus. Okay, so what if she isn't bluffing? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm not dropping the blade. Slay the princess! Frame advantage, let's go!
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Ha ha!
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Yeah. Why are we covered in feathers?
Oh.
Not what I was expecting as a response. Shit, yeah, we win!
This is it, isn't it?
Also, our little dagger on our icon now has blood on it. Our arm is weird.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
I didn't, but now with your shield broken, I now get the wake-up frame advantage, so let's fucking go!
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Get the hammer! Sorry, I just keep thinking of the scene from Dracula Dead and Loving It. She just ate. I'm sure that's all the blood she has in her. Boom!
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
Huh.
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Cool. I just murdered the shit out of a helpless monarch. I am top tier. Prolo with, as soon as the Latin chorus kicks in, Phase 2.
But is it over? Really over?
It's extremely over. Of course it is. She's dead. She has ceased to be.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
Good job, 621.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
What's this we?
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good.
Am I being judged
One of these
here?
days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Fucking hell. And leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Yeah, it's alright. Monarchs aren't people.
Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all.
What?
Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Now the Latin chorus kicks in.
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Did anyone remember where we put reality? Seem to have lost it. So that's bullshit. Let me out. Oh, okay. Well, I was kind of hoping to get a better ending for. I'm just gonna go with okay. Like, what else can you say to the void?
So glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
Yeah, I think the narrator's got a very, very different view of this. So, explore. Didn't you hear the narrator? We're happy. Hell no. Do you have an idea how to get us out of here? Let's explore. Didn't you hear the narrator? We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Okay, maybe I'm not happy, and maybe just saying that because you're the last person I talked to. No, we're happy. I'm sure of it. We killed a monarch. Very happy. Very happy. Bonkansan. Sorry, it's best I could do. Watto and welcome. No, very happy. Extremely happy.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess.
I like that. The idea that the narrator, the hero, and us are three different people.
More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Yay! You did it! You saved everyone! Alright, roll credits. We win. Woo! So good! Oh, no, please, please. Alright, go on then. Keep it. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, God. Speech? Oh, shit. I don't even know where to begin. Firstly, I'd like to thank myself. I'd like to thank the bullshit frame advantage on the knife for allowing me to get, additional frames on the princess. And yeah, Antlers, I guess, tiny short game. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Oh, please. Oh, friends, please. Please. Oh. Yeah, no, I screwed right. We should thank Blade. Made pristine. I guess, Krypton, I'm still in the mech pilot mentality. We win! Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Although I'm seeing a little placard on the side that says wrap it up. Yeah. Oh, forget Stride worked on this one. Lovely. Your song, The Princess, The World Ender, The Eternal Bliss. Yeah, you did it. Thank you for playing. As an expression of gratitude, here's a track order for a special playlist for you. If you like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Okay, explore, join the Discord, join the mailing list, join the subreddit, follow us somewhere else, play our game, return to main menu. Did we legit just win? Did I just armored core through Slay the Princess? Krypton says no mysteries here. We just win. That's a wrap, everybody. Let's go. Got the worst ending straight off the bat. Hey! To Nicole Goodnight. Hello, hello. Apparently, playing this immediately after Armored Core made it so I just speedrunned Princess Murder. So, hello. You know, Ice Cream makes a good point. Would it be the worst ending if it had applause? Hey, and to Cent Zero, Watto and still doing that. Watto and welcome. Well, good work, 621. All right. There's still too many mysteries. Why do we have a gnarled harpy claw? Nicole says it is canonically the good ending. Just trapped in an infinite void bubble with a dead princess. It's fine. It's great. But we know that's not all there is.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Sorry, as mechanalist Tom was pointing out, and Nicole, we have achieved one achievement out of 97 achievements. But no, so Nicole, I hope you're having yourself a splendid, I guess, time zone. And to those of you who have found our little corner, I'm Will. I've worked in the games industry for 1,000 years, and I stream for a living, so hello. I wanted to play Slay the Princess with everybody a whole bunch, but I wanted to do it kind of... I tend to be a lot of people's second screen, so I didn't want to do it like during the day proper. And after we finished up with Armored Core earlier today, I thought, you know what? I wanted an excuse to trundle through this. So here we are.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And Prolo, go get some sleep, friend. It's always good to see you. Okay, so... The end of the world, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But yes, but okay. Do you have any evidence to back that up? Or how could a princess locked away in the basement end the world? It's an excellent point.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I don't know if because we walked here is a good reason for murder, even if it is regicide. But alright. If you consider that perhaps she's only going to end the world because you've locked her up.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
I do enjoy verbally sparring with the narrator, despite the fact that neither of us can hear the other. Well, react to the other.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Oh, do tell.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
I do like that. There is no point arguing over chicken and egg. The egg is hatching. We are in shit.
Of course. You do your job and slay her.
Well, now I'm feeling rebellious, narrator, so... You know what, actually? Fuck this. Turn around and leave. Eat farts.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I don't know, Hounslow? That's a joke that won't translate. Yes, I know exactly where I'm going. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going, and I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Sorry, Scotty's like, say hi to my sister. Lives in Hounslow. Oh, lovely. Spent far too much of my life in Hounslow.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Yeah.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He went mad in a tiny box, but don't worry about it.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Oh.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved.
Don't you Stanley Parable me, narrator. I am a damn hand at this. Sorry, before we get to into the paint. So Nicole, if you get the chance, like, please pass on our compliments to the rest of the team, and obviously compliments to yourself for fucking brilliant work on this. You know, in a year of such incredible games, I'm so glad that this has done so well and stood out. And Favor 6, yes, we are still in Soma. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Alright, turn around and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Good. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand.
Oh, no, you didn't! You played the maturity card, so you understand what that's going to result in. My own ninja special technique of being massively immature on purpose.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
I aim to be ungovernable.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Sir, you did not see me play Zork as a child. Oh yeah, well, I guess I'll start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm just going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Ooh.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Oh, that's bad.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Huh. Okay, look. Before you give me that look, friends, I might have broken space-time. I'm sorry.
Wait, what's going on?
I should probably stop fucking with reality, shouldn't I?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
You are not wrong. You brought maturity into this, and you do not know how stubborn I can be.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
This is our first time to Chapter 2. I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Hasn't this happened already? And one of them is, okay, no. Okay. Oh, you bastard! You're in for it now! I am wise to your tricks. You've got to let me call him a bastard. Or lie. Yep, definitely heading to the cabin now, or I'm definitely going to slay the princess. But I do want to call him a bastard.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Alright, so the hero and we and the hero know, but the narrator doesn't.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
The voice of the contrarian! Buddy!
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
I like your thinking.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
Yeah, Chaunerus, I don't like how much me and the contrarian are on the same page.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Explore. Those walls weren't there last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Lie. Heading to the cabin now. Yup. Silently proceed to the cabin. I'm going to say those walls weren't here last time.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Lie. Yep, definitely heading to the cabin now.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
You don't know how stubborn I am!
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Alright.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Wow. It's like all my fucking school reviews as a child.
Let's keep an open mind.
Alright, there's nowhere else to go but proceed into the cabin, because they've walled us
The cabin
in.
interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
We broke space-time again, didn't we?
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid
So
of
weird.
feature.
The parallaxing on the
Perched
assets.
on that table is a
Oh,
pristine blade.
oh, that's so weird.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Point.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, not when everything here is so wrong.
I don't think I'm even needed for this conversation.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho! You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Oh!
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
Yeah, but what if we didn't?
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Honestly, I think that should be the sign above going into London. Ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're
this
seeing
is
here
good.
is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine.
Alright.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
So approach the mirror. That's what I want to see.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe clean the mirror.
You reach forward and put
There!
your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
We ain't people.
And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Alright, so we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
Oh, the old back knife maneuver. And yeah, Numbers, like, what are we? We appear to have, like, clawed, almost a lizard-like arm, but also feathers? Like, are we some kind of harpy?
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Scotty makes a good point of a good question to ask of, are we human? Or are we dancers? And yeah, significant, the fact the music is layering as well as all these different parts. Like, every time I move the mouse, it gets very, very weird. Alright, hold the blade the
Switch
other
your
way.
grip on the blade.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better.
The Contrarians reminded me a lot of Dr. Landskov and the Cursed
It really
Emerald.
doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
And Fred, it's pronounced Rooster. Hey! I've got a knife! And now I've got a hero to the people, Dad Jones. Sorry, that song didn't work. DJ, how the feck are you doing, friend? What ho and welcome! So to Uberdan, Flouncy Mangle, Evil Bacchus, Navi, Absolute, Nova does crimes. Do they? Oh, God. Simple Chaos. Greetings, hello, what ho and welcome. Hang on, let me just pause it. So, DJ, stream is going good. Internet is doing much better. One of the tradies turned our internet off yesterday to fix some wiring, so it turned it off for the whole block of flats. Right as I was trying to do the final fight for Armored Core 6, like the final proper true ending fight. Then today, the rig crashed in that same fight, so the world's been against me. We finally did it. I don't know how far you are in Armored Core 6, so I don't want to spoil anything. And I've been wanting to play Slay the Princess for ages, because I know you've already gone through this. So we've just started. And I accidentally boss rushed Slay the Princess and got the good ending. So now we're exploring and causing chaos. Ironically, at the same time, I seem to have unlocked this contrarian side to our character. But yeah. Now, I cannot imagine there is any of my squad that doesn't know... it smells like everything right with the world. Thank you. I cannot imagine there is a single person here who doesn't know, but just in case. Hero to the People, Dan Jones, is absolutely worth your time for a follow. Alright? DJ and I have served together in strange worlds, and I know, sorry. Please, friends, if you aren't following Dan Jones, change that. Like, trust. To those of you who have joined us, if we have never met, my name is Will. I worked in the video games industry for 1,000,000 years, and I talk about it constantly. But these days I do this for a living, and I also work on some video games. Sorry, that was the worst introduction of all time. So yeah. What to say? I've definitely been very jelly, DJ. You've been able to jump into the new stuff on Lethal Company. Although it is wild to see Lethal Company just take over the internet. It's making me very happy. Like, it's a great game, and seeing a solo indie get that level of success is wonderful. But my squad haven't been able to jump back in for at least like a week or two. Yeah. I try. So DJ, I don't know if you've had any success. I tried to get Emmons to play Lethal Company with us, but no joy. But yeah, what's been going down with you, mate? Yeah. Like I said, we finally kind of finished moving into the new place. Well, I say finished moving in, like, we're out the old place. We still got to do some unpacking, so like, hang on, I'll just bring this up. So the streaming room is also currently the dumping ground of unopened boxes. But like, the flat's lovely. I hope to show it to you at some point, friend. But honestly, like, that's been it. Just been trying to get back up to regular scheduled streams and whatnot, and yeah, get all set up here. Yeah, I guess that's the long and short of it. So I don't know how the progression in Slay the Princess works, right? So I don't know if I'm about to show you stuff that you've seen or haven't seen or what have you. As I said, we basically just boss rushed the princess. And apparently unlocked an achievement for the good ending. Now we're in a weird conglomerate dimension and realizing that we aren't people. So, yeah. So to DJ and to everybody who's joined us, again, I don't know if I need to warn you about spoilers. I don't know how much you've seen or otherwise. If you are worried about spoilers, I will take no offense if you want to head somewhere else on this twitch.television. But, yeah. Anyway, I hope that's brought everybody up to speed. We have a princess to slay. Okay, so we could throw the blade out of the window if we want to be a jerk. I think we should just go straight into the basement. Oh, that was the other cool thing as well. So Nicole, the vocal performer behind the princess, actually stopped in earlier. I don't know if they're still lurking and irking or what have you. But the unfortunate thing about rushing the murder ending is we didn't get to see, or I should say hear, much of their performance. But yeah, Ice-Crit, there was a lot of applause. So I'll be honest with you, it felt a little bit like congratulations more than like woo. So it's basement time. We could. I mean, sorry, if you want us to throw the dagger away, we can. God. You're right, Angelus. Will the knife make a good first impression? I don't think so. Ha ha!
Yes, do it.
Let's get contrarian.
Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
Oh well.
What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Good luck, hero. Alright, to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Fuck.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
Fecking we, I guess?
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
Nope! Nope, fuck that!
Oh, don't be such a baby.
It's like opening the door to some Dark Soulsian type dungeon and then being like, you know what, actually, fuck this. And then you never come back. Open a bakery in Stardew, and that's it.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
Mate, what is a weapon gonna do against the fucking infinite fractal universe staring at us? But alright.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
What's that, my contrarian friend?
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his.
Ah! Love it. So should we take the harsh stairs to the left, take the center staircase, or the soft stairs to the right? Soft stairs! I already said fucking wee!
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down.
Fucking wee!
Like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight.
Oh, this is not good. I take it back. We're inside the princess. Also, notice we're not wearing boots. Toes.
The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
I want a nap.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Uh-oh. Okay, so maybe I drove us a little crazy, alright? Maybe. Once again, apologies to Nicole, as we seem to be very bad at getting to your sections.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Ah, it's like queuing at the DMV.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless, repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
I am having the worst time, but thank you. Nick with I love how the narrator is just describing game development.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Right you are, my contrarian friend.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
We all did. Kind of lost our fucking minds.
You're here to...
He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Yeah, I'm with the hero for a change. Okay. So we've got... Sorry I didn't realise it was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up here for security. You're apparently a threat to the world. I was here to slay you. So let's start with, what's your name?
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
I shall offer that statement to no further comment. Oh, fucking hell! There's gonna be no jump scares here!
As the princess speaks again,
Fucking hell.
it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one
It's
of
just
her,
a game about princesses.
now another.
It's just a game about princesses.
We can do that?
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it.
Ah, Edwin, and so it is. Princesses. Chaos with... Will! The world's gone all shattery again! Yeah, I know, I broke it, I'm sorry.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Okay.
Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Infinite princesses! Okay, so there's more of you now. Or getting down here was like I was pulled apart and put back together. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Infinite princesses!
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
Explore. There's more of you now.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
Infinite princesses!
She fractures again.
I don't like where this is going.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade.
How?
The one he made us throw out the window.
I wasn't the one who threw it.
Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us.
God, I love this.
Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions.
Simple Chaos, thank you kindly for the follow.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
I'm not hearing a problem.
Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. You're apparently a threat to the world. I'm trying to get you out of here, try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. Regretfully, I think about that time I threw the blade out the window. Those are all the same thing. I'm going to try one more. For all we know, you're locked up down here. See if we can break it a bit more.
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
There we go!
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Okay, so the only thing is, we've got like the combo answer left. I'm trying to get you out of here. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. Regretfully, think about throwing the blade out. So it's all of the choices at once.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
We're fracturing as well.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Oh shit, we're going for the only answer.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
But this... we can't...
Stay with me, my contrarian buddy, you got this.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone.
Did we kill the narrator?
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit.
Yeah, we broke reality because we thought it would be a chortle, and then we made infinite princesses, and now the princesses are melded together. We killed some of them, but freed others, and you know what? Don't worry about it.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Okay, look, I hear you staring at me like that, and in my defense, I thought it was going to be much more shenanigans.
Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
Try.
We should help her. I think we did this.
Yeah, it's a royalty lasagna.
Surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Me waking up in the morning.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Alright. It's gonna be okay. Fucking hell. You don't know if she had a chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Then what the hell are we supposed to do? It is. Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do? There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
There's nothing else to do.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze at your reflection. Now let's see what the hell we are. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Yeah, there's the wingspan, the claws. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Something tells me this isn't going to end well for anyone. We have so many choices. So we can attack the entity, can destroy our body. What happens now? Explore what are you? The gift of the fragile vessel. Ice Cream was saying, as our reflection was sitting down, we were hunched for sure. Yeah, this is some peak Dark Soulsian nonsense. Fucking good. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Birdman. I am a person. Or what do you mean by solitary lights?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
What is the gift of the fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walk. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
There's so much to ask. Are you what sent me to slay the princess?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Then are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess or just making her part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Lyris, this is actually the final boss of Armored Core 6. Not a lot of people know that. We did beat it earlier, yes. And it kind of led me to speedrunning the good ending of this. This game's fucking awesome. Okay. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Sage, we've done one ending and we've done 2 achievements. Or 3. Also, how are you doing, Sage?
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Okay, so what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Yeah, Nick, I thought this was a really brave direction for FromSoft to take Armored Core. Like, when you go inside the shell, it's this non-Euclidean space, this infinite winding nothingness of every horror. It's a really interesting twist.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Oh wow, so aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Okay. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
Hey!
I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
So I'm just going to pause that for a second. Chorby, Watto, and welcome. Hello, hello. How was your stream? What were you up to? Tell me your tales! Tell me a tale of Chorbin most well. Sorry, I'm in the oddest of moods. But yeah, how was your stream? What were you up to? We finished Armored Core 6 earlier. So I was like, you know what? Let's shift gears. I wanted to play Slay the Princess with everybody. And we accidentally speedrun the good ending, and now we're getting into the paint of it, and it is gloriously fucking weird. Yeah, no, Chorby, that's it. It's a little bit bittersweet, but yeah, I've done all that Armored Core has to put forward. Unless I try and S-rank every mission, which, with my frail and broken body, that doesn't seem like a fun time. That seems like a bad time. But yeah, the reason I wanted to pause it is, Chorby, I don't know if you've played through Slay the Princess. I don't know how much you've done, but I don't want to spoil this for you. So I'll just stand here and natter. I'll give you a good old heads up before we head on in. To all of my lovely lot. Actually, where's me shout out command? Okay. So friends, miscreants, and villains, especially those of you that came over from Dan Jones's space, you may not have met your BSP yet. Change that. They are exceptionally funny and a wonderful friendo. So, if you take my recommendations on anything, throw Chorby a follow, you won't regret it. Actually, and I can say Chorby was my #1 watched stream of 2023, with actually DJ in close second. We did Tales of Fantasia today. Lovely. Fred, don't you start with me. Yeah, I mean, Chorby, you may need that on a t-shirt, friend. But yeah, how are you doing? So I was looking at the dates and times for the rest of this month. There is not a lot of time left. So, what I mean is, so Chubby, I don't know if we'll get the chance to do the Pirate Gold Rush before the new year, but I'd love to do another one of that with you. The Winter Rush, if you will. Also, if you want to sail together at some point, that would be fucking grand. Tomorrow's going to be a bit chaotic, but if you want to step into that chaos, you'd be more than welcome. So yeah, we're going to continue with Slay the Princess now. So again, friendos, if you want to avoid spoilers, I completely understand because this game is just brilliant, utterly brilliant. And I think we've hit one of the nexus points that we need to go back and experience more perspectives to bring to whatever this entity is. This might be some... If we got the good ending, we didn't get the true ending. So this will be fascinating. Yeah. And it's pure Dark Soulsian vibes as well. And what if I... So it's like, okay, so if I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world, if I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay, so Chorby, you know this? Alright, so I don't have to worry about spoiling stuff. Okay. It's just coming straight off of Armored Core. The game says slay the princess, so we basically just sprinted straight towards the princess, stabbed her in the chest. No hesitation, no fucking about. And then we got like a, yay, happy ending! And I'm like, ah. Oh shit, Nick, I didn't see the layoffs part. Nick just mentioned that The Last of Us, Naughty Dog just laid off a bunch of people from Naughty Dog because they're shutting down The Last of Us Online. I saw that. I didn't see they were doing shutdowns at the same fucking time. Fuck. Not like Naughty Dog has been making money hand over fist, but whatever. Heckin' bad words. And what if I don't let you do this?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I'm not going back. Wait. or okay, make me forget. You know what? We've done enough waiting. We were in the infinite void for 1,000 gajillion years, so let's go back.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Okay.
You won't.
Oh! Fuck! Fucking game. Everything goes dark and you die. Jesus. Chapter 1. The Hero and Princess.
Path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
So it says the real
and in
slave
the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, so the Chivos are important. So we got the spiral vessel, bring the stranger to her. And now the real Slay the Princess starts. Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
MDH, I'll absolutely accept a Christmas rat. And Nick, it really does feel like everybody waited till fucking December to start like absolutely just gutting their teams. I was boiling a lot of piss about this earlier on today, and I'm glad we're playing Slay the Princess. I'm glad we got to finish Armored Core and stuff like that. It's just like Naughty Dog's been going from strength to strength, and it's sorry. They just announced that The Last of Us Part 2 remake is getting like a roguelike mode and a bunch of new content and stuff like that. Like, they're not doing nothing. The television show has been a worldwide success. Like, there can't have been a zero uptick in sales. Anyway, yeah, no, so they don't have to pay Christmas bonuses. Just bullshit and chips. Okay. Alright, silently continue to the cabin. To mix
you
it
make
up.
your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning, before she will lie.
Yeah, proceed to the cabin. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will hand-wavium.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The blade is your implement.
Alright, so we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult.
We enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open.
So now we just need to
revealing
have
a
more
staircase
conversations with the
faintly
princess.
illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
So Angelus, we met the spiral vessel, and now we're just beginning a new.
She sounds
There hasn't been
dangerous.
any other tweaks or changes, but
It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
but now we're basically being encouraged to explore.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hello, just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Arrow, this is not our first go around. We are getting stuck in.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Would a monarch be a threat to the world? Not at all.
Focus on the task at hand.
You know what? I think the reason we ended up getting the good ending first is because of the Vive la Révolution!
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Or something like that. I haven't decided just yet.
How about you drop the knife, and the two of us just talk?
We're gonna do that, and I'm gonna regret it, but fuck it.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
It's also worth noting, like, I've read The Last Halloween, which is currently on pause while this and, is it Scarlet Hollow were in development, but I know how dark Abby's work can get. So, I understand the possibility of what we're going into here, and that it's entirely possible by the end of this evening's stream, I may have earned the moniker of Monster Fucker.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it!
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clack.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
Oh,
Unarmed.
I'm sure there is no way this ends badly.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Oh, where?
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Apparently we're dating! So a relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Ah, semantics. Anyway. So first up, what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Okay, so she is full on, like, regal princess mode.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Ah, good dodge.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
Oh, Numbers, we're fine. We don't need to be stabbing.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
They have not. Remain silent. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more than inclined to trust you than I'm too inclined to trust them. No, but they have their reasons. I was hoping you'd tell me. I've been told enough. Deflect. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? So I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Alright, narrator, this is a stretch.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
When you know you're getting played, but you just roll with it anyway.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you, either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Splash cut to the first time where I basically did the Monty Python skit of "Ah! I'll save you!" Just slaying innocent people.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
I have to find that clip of Search for the Holy Grail.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
Yo, you're not making a great case here.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
I'm sure this is fine.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Okay, so how would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'll shush you.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Yeah, no, I am...
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
I know I'm supposed to be going through new experiences, but
isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
I'm not giving you the knife,
Right?
love.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Alright, we talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Okay, so I'm going to get you out of here because I have a chains. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do with you. Ooh. So, freedom or more banter? What do you reckon? We give her the knife. She is absolutely going to turn us into a fashionable winged coat. But it could be entertaining. Or we have more conversations with him down in the dark. Oh, but Dan, you're right. Why am I being so suspicious? I'm sure it's fine. The irony is I trust them more as a monster than I do as a monarch. Hey, Scotty, if she wants to pull a Saw 1, that is her call. I am not doing that. He said, probably absolutely having to happen. Or a chains key. We haven't found a chains key. Alright, so let's examine the chains. Alright.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
It does make you wonder, though, that if she could be so easily dispatched with a blade, how come whoever locked her down here didn't just do that? Okay, I'm going to check upstairs. If there's a key up there. If not, we'll find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
Alright.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Nunny?
Is someone else here?
Alright. We'll go for try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is
Oh, I
done.
can't believe you Stanley parabled us! Hey, let me out!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Yeah, narrator, you bitch! Alright, return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her.
Dice Goddess, it is
Supposed
entirely
to.
possible that, yeah, we're not here to do either. We're here to be a snacky snack, at least on this run.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Watch her unhinge like a Dark Souls boss.
I heard the door slam.
Like a Jinji Ito.
They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Yeah, Lyris, we did drop our emotional support knife. Okay, so let's try and save the princess this time.
Against your
Oh!
judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
You've just done the thumb, mate.
You cut into her flesh.
Glad I ate before this.
The blade is sharp.
Oh, shit!
Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
That is a normal thing. That is a normal thing. Does Nessa know? Does Nessa know about this? Someone needs to text Nessa.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Sounds good. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Who are you?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Every option is slay the princess. Oh, warn her. It's buried in the choices.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess. Resist!
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
I'm doing my best!
I'll make this quick.
Excuse me!
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Sorry, it's just very warm in here. It's just very warm. This is going to be my pyramid head, isn't it?
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Deuces!
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2. The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to...
Okay. You bastard, you infiltrates. Oh, that's how we got, I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Oh, the skeptic is new.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Sorry, Bryce, like dad walks into the room. Are you on a path to the woods, son? Lies there with a stabbed hand.
You know I can hear you two, right?
It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Okay, let's assume you're telling the... let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Scotty, if one of these runs ends up basically being like dusk, and we're just running through the wilderness, just blasting princesses. It kind of reminds me about, what was it called? Buddy Simulator? When that got weird, oh boy.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Alright.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Very British parents of them.
The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
Sorry, Fred makes a really good point that this currently isn't a horror story. It's got some horrific elements in it, but this is something else. This is not horror. You are on an unpleasant loop, but you're clearly not powerless, yes. I mean, the game said at the very beginning, this is a love story.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
Wait, the three of us?
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all. Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Indeed. What's the numbers? The contrarian hasn't popped up in this loop, so I think he's referring to the hero, the skeptic, and us.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Interesting question.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
And if it's a question of professional what, I like to think of myself as a professional pisshead.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
True.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
It's interesting that the game acknowledges us.
You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
Alright. Let's talk, explore. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
The only reason she was even able to kill me last time is because I let her, and all she did was slit my throat. How's she posed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for?
Well, so Naruhodo, you're right. They are being listed as the voices in our head, like the narrator, but that implies the existence of the self, right? So, like, you and Link are the same person. When you play most of the Zelda games, Link does this thing where when asked a question, he kind of goes ... That's meant to be you responding. It's your agency, it's your character. It's Link's form, certainly, but you are playing them. Same with our good buddy Gordon Freeman, right? You are Gordon Freeman. Gordon Freeman is you. You know, in the terms of the context of the story, you exist together. This is... in something like Doki Doki Literature Club, there isn't really a character. There's only you, if that makes sense. There's also only Monica. In this regard, we have the voice of the hero, right? And initially, it's meant to imply that that's the character's internal monologue. It's not. We are the character, and the other voices are being acknowledged separately. They're separate forces, separate entities. And when the universe kind of imploded in on itself, the spiral vessel, they all disappeared. It was just us. Now, I know this feels like I'm just kind of like splitting narrative semantics, but I find it fascinating because one of the things the Stanley Parable does so well that I don't think gets discussed enough. I know we've talked about it when we played it, but the narrator is actually about 4 or 5 different characters. The narrator is like the protagonist, the antagonist, the creator, they are the comedic voiceover, and they are the force of change in a world where things cannot be changed. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes the narrator talks through you, or sometimes it talks at you or to you. Sometimes you're not even a concern. And then when you have the meta-narrator above that in the Stanley Parable, it gets wild.
Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
Alright, check your pockets.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
That does look like my handwriting.
Within, you find a note in your handwriting.
Ah!
It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth." That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
Asking for a lot of trust.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Point.
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk.
Yeah, well, so Fred, I think that's what the spiral vessel was implying, but that is one of the things that we can ask on another loop.
I think we've got everything out of him we're going to get.
Alright, so who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Okay, if people locked her away, then why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
I'm special!
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
I'm special.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Aw, I'll be here to hang out with my friends on the internet.
Yes, right. We're here because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. We're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
Chosen one! Alright, you're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here.
Alright, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay, proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before she will lie.
Yeah.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink!
Did you just say wink out loud?
The writing in this is exceptional. And I feel that my responses have been anticipated artfully so many times.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Alright, proceed to the cabin. I didn't... What? Say wink out loud?
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Interesting.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Yeah. Approach the mirror. Let's see if it'll show us again.
You walk up to the wall next to the... What are you talking?
Okay, wipe the mirror clean.
Reach for...
He did it again!
Oh, it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
By the way, it was. Alright, this whole cabin is different.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare the mirror off.
Entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life.
Oh, excuse me.
You haven't died.
I'll have to get some
You
water in just a
certainly
second.
haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
Sir, I am a man on Twitch who talks about the games industry. My life is dictated by minor details. Alright, well, we are going to take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult, good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Okay, into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs
Oh,
and
shit.
lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Doesn't this look like a fucking response to last time? Friends, I'm just going to be 2 seconds. I'm just going to get some fizzy water out of the fridge very, very quickly. So don't get trapped in here with the princess. I don't know. Just don't get into too much trouble. I'll be back in just a moment. Because I'm so thirsty. Thank you for waiting, friends. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's find out what we got going on here.
So much for cutting her out of here.
But it is like the world has reacted to our last run.
Yourself right now. Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Actually, you know what? I've been thinking about that the whole time.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
No, you're good. Sorry, I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? Leave the princess abatement. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Alright.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Nah, I think it's we're the ones who need to be safe. So, what do? Do we sit where we're told, or should we sit closer? She's absolutely... I'm going to sit where we're told, and we'll scoot forward in a second, because, yeah, nah, that's... We're about to get snacked on.
You do as she asks, and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Okay. So... I've been here before. Am I the only one that remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just... good luck.
Alright.
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
Again, Skeptic's making some real good points here.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Aww.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing a good job of buying that, mate.
I won't. Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Alright.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Alright. So what happened last time after I died? I want to know what the chain is, who the chain is for.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Let's explore the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, you said you weren't going to talk.
And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Alright, inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
I think it's going to be bad.
Yes, it's bad.
Alright. At least there's enough time for us to hear before something's about to pop off.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
And Lyris, we don't know what we are, but we seem to be some kind of like harpy creature. We've got like feathers and wings and shit.
As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Oh well. We just got Prisoner of the Mind unlocked. Become your own jailer.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve. That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
The narrator knows more than he's telling us.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Okay, so we're both stuck here.
Yep.
What should we do? Want to play a game?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Did you know this was going to happen?
No.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
And again, notice how what we are saying in our choices and the voices of the hero, the voice of the skeptic, the narrator have moved so much further away as we're now chained to this wall. Let's just wait in silence.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
If it was really boring, then why would there be cool people watching us on Twitch.tv? Sorry, couldn't keep a straight face.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
Bryce, please wrap it up. Feckin' yo.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe.
Yeah, there's that.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
Alright, Veggie Vegason.
How exactly does that work?
I'm with the skeptic on this one. Explain yourself!
It just does.
Sure, mate.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
Wow. Interrupting clock says what?
And let me guess. The cabin remains...
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Time to find the best princess. And which one is that? Yes.
The best princess is Dr. Princess. Second by maybe Hot Dog Princess.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Good on you, skeptic. Keep us sane.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first. A bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger. And larger.
Have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Everything's big talk when it's the only talk.
Still rude.
Continue to wait.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Interesting.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode. She hasn't starved.
Point?
I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass. Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And... I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Just had to be very, very extremely patient.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Bye. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's okay. So now we're talking to the voice directly, saying it's going to be okay, trust me, we've been here before. You always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. I trust him. Feels too good to be true.
Okay. Sorry. As we reach for the mirror. Silent as you reach forward, they're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
So Unholy Glee, I don't think we're necessarily an eldritch abomination. I'm not entirely sure what we are, but like I said, our form has structure. We have wings, we have a face, we have hands. But the narrator is kind of leading us, and the internal voices are leading us to think of ourselves as the hero. So far, one of the cleverest tricks that this has played is not the subversion of, like, kill the princess. It's that by the virtue of there being a princess is that we believe ourselves to be a hero, a knight in armor, a shining beacon. Oh, sorry, jumping back in. Number says there's going to be a Monster Hunter collaboration with Zoid. Fucking nice. Did they say for what Monster Hunter? Yeah, no, Lyris, and it's been lovely hanging out. Sorry that your Yalden was cut short. But I think this is going to be one to explore in detail. But just so you understand, Lyris, we have achieved 7 achievements so far. That is 7 achievements out of 97. There is a lot of game to see. Are you the same as before? How much has changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern. But every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
And so numbers, for those of us avoiding Twitter, like, what does that say? When it is all done, do you know what you will do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
Immortal, then, the princess we got before this one was the Omni Princess, the every princess all at once.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
When I go back, it says, an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? Or you've been kinder to me than anyone I have ever met.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Oh, I like that. One of my favourite game series of all time is one called Way of the Samurai. And I love it because it has almost like a visual novel... It has a visual novel style of storytelling in an action, open, nonsense flavour. And... God, I love those games so much. But when you're trying to go for the more complicated endings, it is so hard. And the replayability... Yeah, it just takes so long. And if you aren't using guides, if you're trying to explore it yourself, it's very easy to fall into the same loops. Okay. Oh, we've got a lot to... So, we're not going to kill him. What do you want me to bring to you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers. And every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
I think that's what's fascinating about this. There's so much breadth and depth that we can go through. And we don't have to worry about keeping track of specifically what time we turned left and when we, lit the lantern and when we didn't. Okay. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
So you don't have any preferences in how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Okay, how many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
Okay.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Okay, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Oh, again! Fucking get me with that fucking Firekeeper Dark Souls 3 bullshit and then BAM! Fucking throws me through the fourth wall. Oh, bleed Nora. Chapter 1. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in your
Yeah, slay the world. Alright. Alright, silently continue up to the cabin. Because the
You make your way up the warning. She will...
Yeah. So explore means to explore the conversation rather than to make a definitive choice.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade.
And Ishkar, you're entirely correct that it's better than waking up to, I got you, babe. or to an infinitely looping wedding. Alright. We've been down without the blade, haven't we? Or no, we left the sword... Sorry, we left the blade when we were being contrarian. So let's just try walking down there without a knife.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Hello?
Is don't let it fool.
Okay, so hi. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Numbers, it's the same performer.
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
They're almost like different variations on the same princess, the same situation. Whatever the spiral is, the spiral wants us... Oh, okay, no, so sorry. The spiral is one of the vessels. Whatever it is that we're bringing these things to.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused.
Stay focused here. Don't make me get the squirty bottle.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's see what we can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
And yes, Numbers, so the narrator, the hero, the skeptic, the contrarian is all one vocal performer, and the other is Nicole, who stopped on in earlier. Jonathan Sims, thank you, Immortal Len.
You attempt to make your way out of the bed. Is someone else?
Alright.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Okay, so yeah.
Look at the mess you're...
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Should have brought the knife.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates.
Oh, fuck!
Her mouth, her teeth.
Ah!
The determination of a trapped wolf.
Oh! Oh, honey, no!
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
We're freeing.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so much as utter... No.
Okay.
She did. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
We have been here
How
before.
is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
But last time she was a lot more cold.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Close the door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high.
Okay, so now...
The prince...
Oh, you bastard.
What are you doing?
Absolute bastard.
Stop that.
Maybe if she...
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward. The blade, but the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Okay, this is different.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist!
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Ah, no!
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
Oh, for someone who can chew through a hand, like, fuck. You could be better at killing.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
She's trying her best.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's just the... I don't know. It's got real, like, Animu Vibes right now, and I can't stop laughing.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
No.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
One last
I'm all
thrust of the
good.
knife.
Don't worry about it.
Give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive.
Back in a sec.
The princess stares
Deuces.
down your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Don't worry about it. We got another loop around.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. The Damsel. Oh.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Alright. I do like, okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Huzzah! The voice of the smitten! Fetch me my sword! We are being dashing!
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Interesting.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
You really are the most devious bastard!
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically.
Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth.
This is just how we talk in Tucson, Arizona. Okay. Okay, proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Bat!
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
And Dory, Watto and welcome. Hello, hello.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and there isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
The voice, the
In which case
smitten.
she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
So why would you lie about that? Like, what's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Ah, well, Dory, that sounds feckin' lovely. So let's approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement.
This really isn't funny.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Every
I
time.
was there a second ago.
But now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
The voice, the smitten, is the first one to acknowledge that we are some kind of harpy. Okay, so. You know what, Nick? Everybody has made that joke about Leia the Princess so far today, and I'd let it be known that aside from one particular moment, I have been extremely PG-13, and I only implied at one point that this might be the game that turns me into a monster fucker. So do we take the blade? Do we take the blade? What a time to slay! Yeah, alright, Wolfcrad, you get it. Well, so Fred, we talked a lot about monster fuckers in the world of Silent Hill. Naru says, would the smitten take the blade? You're right, Naru. The smitten wouldn't need a dagger. To see their true love, trained in a basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
Narrator, I have a question. We are some kind of non-human thing. We have claws, or are they something likely press on nails? Why are we using a knife with these large claws?
Indeed, we appear to have talons. So some more details would be very welcome. And Bacon, thank you kindly. If you'll forgive me for being a monstrous shill for a second, Twitch is still doing their whole 10% on top. And Bacon, you managed to just steal 60 bits from Mr. Twitch. That's very impressive. But seriously, thank you. But also, we don't talk about Smithers. Or Smithers' fucking parrot. And that's what we fucking do.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Ah.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yeah, you are coming a little strong, mate.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
It says you time travel, McGee.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist,
Morning all.
binding her.
Time for work.
Hey, fucking thank you. Steppagen, seriously, thank you. And you managed to steal 100 bits from Mr. Twitch. Thank you. Alright. You are now the Jarl. We're actually seeing Jarls change. It's wild. Steppagen, what will you do with your newfound power?
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Smallest waffle. I used to be Jarl once.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Oh, my love! I, of course, would not leave you! She is going to open like a Venus flytrap from the face upwards and eat us like a fucking apple. It's going to be horrifying.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Correction, narrator. There's three of us.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Yup.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Ha-ha!
Well, she killed us.
But she killed us because the narrator was trying to make us kill her. So technically it was self-defense.
Only because he made us try and kill her.
Exactly.
For self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
She did eat through her own arm, though, like a hungry person on their first rib.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't be in between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you.
Naru, thank you kindly.
This is horrible.
horrible for you, maybe. We'll be given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Indeed!
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
I mean, I've done more for less.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
So I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you again? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair. Or, I don't bring a knife. I don't have to cut you out again, do I?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
So Angel Kalina, there are multiple voices. So there appear to be multiple either princesses or personalities of the princesses, and there are multiple voices inside. Well, okay, and again, we're being acknowledged alongside the voices, so it's fascinating.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Okay. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Love it. I see no need for further questions. Before we start talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Look, I'm with thirsty Matt Berry here.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
I don't know what any of you are saying. No. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought slow and painful ruin to them all. I'm wondering how much this nonsense shapes things, you know what I'm saying? That stoic smile from Bryce and Naru. I can hear the magnitudes. That's the smile of, oh, I know what's going to happen, and I'm saying nothing. Oh, okay. What would thirsty Matt Berry do? That's what I have to ask myself. What would the smitten do? The smitten would not care. Bring slow and painful ruin to them all.
I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
That's our darling!
I'd point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you.
Not at all!
Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out.
I'm absolutely going to let her out!
But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy. By destroying the world. Apparently, yes.
Apparently, we're fucking into that. I'm sorry for what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Look, the Smitten... I appreciate the Smitten's clear focus.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Aww. No one else told me that.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
She's going to eat us like a Venus flytrap, I understand this. Like I said, her face is going to open like that one creature from Parasite Eve 2, and it's going to be bad. But that's where we're going.
That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Okay, time to rescue that princess.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, you'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Exactly.
Not on my watch, villain.
Ha-ha!
My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't.
Try me!
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I see no way this ends poorly!
I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Wait for it.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved.
But they're not!
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Who here is waiting for that shoe to drop?
What do we do now?
I have several suggestions!
Let me guess. Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
There we go.
You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Here we go.
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want to leave. We can... If you want to leave, then to leave. I want to leave and we can figure out the rest later.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand,
The last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
Ah, you spiteful bad word. Just because we're about to have a happy ending.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
Biggs, it's not an eldritch horror, it's a princess, it's fine.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Wellity, wellity, wellity. If it isn't Spiteful McSpitey.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Wait for it.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
So far, he has steered us the clearest of anyone out there, so hush your narratoring cynicism.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Do you think you can open it?
Well, I don't know. Do you think I can?
Of course she can. You believe in her, right? Nobody is leaving this basement.
Yeah, we're getting out of here based on pure, true love. I think we can open it if we try. Together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
She's just going to push it and either, like, open it or shatter it into pieces.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door. Together. And... Lock clicks and the door...
Power of true love!
Kidding.
Get fucked, narrator! Man. Where was the power of true love when we were trying to do fucking Armored Core? Why are we bothering with Coral? I could have used this shit.
I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and... The blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Never! You're not doing that!
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
Actually, Isacrid, you're right. Budget Cortana was our princess, and she showed up not with the power of love, but with the power of a fucking super robot, so that's fair.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yup.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin.
And
then you step outside.
Yay! I did it! Whoa! Oh, that's changing.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
Oh, quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Oh, nom 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 nom. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave.
She's gone.
Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
And is that a... Look. Why is it here? Why now?
Sorry, mate. Alright. We'll just approach the mirror. Gaze at your reflection. You've withered. Well, that's not good. Alright, back to the long quiet.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. They don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Oh, we have a lot to ask. It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make things worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, good. So far, I don't know if you've noticed, we haven't gotten any absolute monster horrors. Aside from, like, this fractal space outside of time and whatever being it is that we're slowly crafting, but, like, so far we're the only monster. Aw, no, you know what? It makes me like you more. You got this.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
So what do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me.
Well, what I will say, friends, is that once we've gone through this conversation, this is going to be our last loop for this evening. If we want to do another long ship after dark in the coming weeks, we absolutely can, because this needs more. This is something genuinely special. Not that you need me to tell you that. But it is reaching about 10 p.m. here, and I need to... I mean, God, we did... coming up on 7-8 hours today? You know, no one can say I don't, you know, work for it, but I don't want to destroy myself tonight so that I can actually function for some piracy tomorrow.
Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
I'm not going to kill you. Have you figured out what you'll want when you've finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Okay, I'm ready to go back. Brace yourselves! She's gonna make us jump.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
And we get yoked through the fucking window. Chapter 1! The Hero and the Princess!
You're on a path.
Shush. Time to save. Thursday, December 14th, 2023. Okay. Let's bring that over here. We'll throw on some chipper smooth jams. You know what? That was a pleasant little life. I am sure every other time we hang out with the princess, it's going to be a chipper and a rip-roarer. So here's the question to those of you that were sitting there smirking: did I just dodge something horrific, or was that the whimsical ending that you were hoping I'd aim for? Because I feel like I just dodged something, you know. Oh, you know, and Fred, I really am going to stream this again. I mean, once I've kind of gone through it, like, you and Nessa and, like, video game writing friends, I'd love to know your thoughts and feels. The damsel ending could have gotten significantly weirder. Okay. Well, we'll have a chat about that, like, at some point. I managed to dodge a very specific kind of horror. Vagina dente? My word! Sorry. Alright, my brain's turning into mush. So, good news, bad news. Because of the technical fuck-ups earlier, I'm not going to be able to do full credits. So, whilst we are bringing our adventure to a close, I just want to say a massive thank you, everybody. We've had massive fucking raids. We have had huge numbers of bits today. Like, redonkulous. And you know what? It's been a bloody marvellous afternoon. Please hang around. I am going to throw you all into a raid. Who's that? A games industry friendo of mine is currently... Well, they're just playing some Slay the Spire, but they are a lovely individual, so I can't... I'll pass you over. Sorry. Yeah, you can tell my brain is falling apart. So what I do want to say is, everybody, thank you. Whether you've been lurking or what have you, what a fucking good day. We finished Armored Core, we played Slay the Princess. Like, I'm kind of, I don't know, stunned. It's been so fucking good. Thanks to you all. Mr. The Twitch is almost overtaken Fearless, but has moved up to, like, red bit territory. Just fucking thank you. Alright? That is ridiculously over the top. And I'm so grateful for it. Alright? Sorry, the big clever words are all kind of getting caught in the door, but just thank you. You know? I still don't know what Saturday is going to be because the EA Widow's Lament isn't something I'm going to be able to do, so I do need to... yeah, I do need to craft something chaotic for us for Saturday involving, I don't know, something that allows me to, I don't know, something that allows me to say that I worked my arse off for what y'all have thrown on in. So yeah. And Dustin, I will let you know. I will let you know if we are able to pick up the box, because yourself and I think Jamami also sent us like little holiday packages, which is really fucking lovely. I don't know what tomorrow is going to look like, friends, but yeah, I won't open it without letting everybody know. So perhaps we should aim to do a mail day next week, so everybody knows it's going down. I don't think I've got anything to add. Bacon, that's lovely, and I really, really fucking appreciate it. It's just, I would not usually say, please throw bits at my dumb face, because however you will choose to support our little corner of the internet, that is entirely your business, and I'm just fucking grateful, alright? But with Twitch doing this whole, like, we'll throw on a minimum of 10% on top of, like, 300 bits, like, that's so powerful. That's so powerful. So yeah. Anyway, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you. Yeah, Chorby, maybe that's it. Maybe the sharp edges is why they've got that real good, like, buzz. Unfortunately, whilst I was nattering with you all and desperately trying to say a proper thank you, the lovely individual I was going to introduce you to has gone offline. So I'm just checking to see what everybody's up to at the moment. Okay. So I've got two options for you as to where I can pass your lovely selves to. It is a choice between the Pokemans and Among the Sleep. So do you want brand new Pokemon nonsense, or would you like something a little bit indie and a little bit spoopy? Among the Sleep is a horror game from the perspective of a toddler. And Pokemon is not about unlicensed animal fights conducted by children. Okay, so Dustin or Len. Alright, so we got 1 for the Pocket Monsters, 2 for the Creepy. We'll say first to 3. Because it is always extremely hard knowing where to go after a stream, which is why I put it on you lot. Alright, Bryce and Durry put it over to Spoopies. So I'm going to pass you to Purely Cold-Blooded. I've hung on their streams a fair few times, and I'm not sure how far into Amongst the Sleep they are, but there we go. Friends, sorry that my conversational skills have absolutely ground to a halt, but thank you, alright? You lot have gone above and beyond today, and we've had technical problems aplenty, we've had excellent games, like, everyone's been fucking great. So yeah, to Chorby, to Piro to the People Dan Jones, to the Real Hunter, all the raid squads you brought in, thank you so fucking much. Every person that threw in bits, donations, what have you, just fucking thank you. And if you've spent the whole day just chilling out, I hope you had a good one, because I know I fucking did. Okay, I think that's all. Friends, have a lovely rest of your Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow for some rampant piracy. And yeah, to be continued. I'm still shite at ending streams. It's a problem. It's a problem. I know I need to go, but I don't want to go. It's a constant problem. Alright, friends, I'll see you tomorrow for a spot of mischief on the high seas, but that's it from me. Have a good night, friends. Onward!